All right, so we're going to start tonight flat on our backs on the mat. And today and this week, we're going to focus on the abdominals and the back. So the muscles that keep us standing nice and tall. So I'm just going to move back so you can see me a little bit better. So something to keep in mind tonight, and it's a little bit easier if I talk to you now before we're all laying and maybe can't see the screens. We've got 4 layers of abdominals. So we've got the rectus, those are the six-pack muscles, those are on the top. Then we have external obliques that kind of wrap around the sides. Internal obliques that are also wrapping around the sides from our lower back across the midline. And then we've got the deepest abdominal layer, which is the transverse abdominis. So this one is a really wide muscle that's like a corset. And that's our deepest abdominal muscle. And this one doesn't get as much attention as it deserves. But it actually acts as the wall for our organs. So it keeps everything pulled in and it keeps our body tall. And of course, once we train this muscle, it also cinches the waist in as well. So it's a really important one for both our vanity and anatomically, okay? So we really want to work on that, but it can be a harder one to target because we can't see it. It's buried under those other 3 layers of abs. So we're going to focus a little bit on that tonight. You already know how to use it and turn it on. It's really what draws the navel in when we're doing our plank pose. But since we're fighting gravity in plank, sometimes we don't always think about it when we're laying on our back. Okay, so we're just going to kind of tap into the abdominals tonight. We're not going to be doing crunches or anything like that. We'll do our usual yoga abdominal work like dolphins and some leg lifts, some planks, some side planks, but we'll also work on the muscles along the back of the body, specifically the lumbar spine to strengthen those muscles, but then the muscles of the upper back as well to help keep us nice and tall and feeling strong and energized so we can combat that tech neck and that rolling forward that happens a lot as we get tired, whether it's tired from physical activity or just tired from a long day at our desk or working. So again, we're just going to really focus on how our body feels. And again, there's no right or wrong. There's no, this is just a practice. Okay. So the more we do these things, the more natural they'll become. All right. So let's get started laying flat on our back. Okay, so let's begin lying on our back. Let's bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. And this way we can kind of relax the lower back. Maybe we can flatten it out along the mat a little bit more. And I'd like you to bring your hands to your abdominals. So walk your fingertips, bring them to your hip bones, and then walk them an inch or 2 towards your midline, and then maybe an inch or about an inch down below your hips. So kind of where that change pocket is on your jeans that you can never stick your hand in, I want you to kind of rest your fingers on that area. So by placing our hands there, we can generally feel when that transverse abdominis muscle, that deep core muscle, is turning on. So I'd like you just to take a couple nice deep breaths. Right now, that area under your fingertips should feel soft, should feel pliable. And then we're going to do a couple abdominal contractions. So I'd like you to think about cinching the waist, drawing the navel deep in towards the spine, pulling the abs in and down. And you should feel that area under your fingertips begin to harden. You can feel that muscle contract. And then let the whole abdominals relax, let everything just melt. And then again, draw the navel in and down. Feel that contraction. So another way, sometimes this is cued, is thinking about fitting into a pair of jeans that are too tight. So if you have to lay back, draw your belly in so you can zip them up, that's that same sensation. We're pulling everything in towards the midline and towards the back of the body. So let's do 2 more of those, and we just want to kind of contract and hold and then release. So again, we're just warming up and we're awakening these muscles. Once you feel that contraction, you can even walk your hands and you'll feel you'll feel other abdominals contracting, or you'll feel that muscle contracted in other places. But I find that this is the kind of the easiest place to target it and get that tactile kind of reaction, or what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean. or you can really feel it working. All right, so you can keep your hands here, or you can just bring them down to your side, and we're going to do a couple pelvic tilts. So I'd like you to bring your lower back down to the floor if it's not there already, and then I'd like you to bring your hips a little bit higher up towards the ceiling. So we're creating space for our hand under our lower back, and then we're pressing our lower back down into the floor. So again, think about contracting the abdominals to draw the lower back down. And then as you inhale, release and bring that curve back into the lower back. So exhale, contract, press down into the mat, and then release as you inhale. So just a couple times, just a couple pelvic tilts. Again, just waking up that part of the lower torso. Good. Let's do one more. And then release. All right, excellent. So again, I want you to be mindful of the lower abdominals, or the whole abdominal section, the core, as we work in tonight's postures. So let's lower our left leg down to the floor, hug the right knee in towards the chest. Warm up the legs, starting down at the toes, work your way all the way up to the hip. Notice if there's any areas that are tight or sore. Maybe rock the leg side to side or circle it around to just warm it up a little bit. And then straighten out the knee, lift the foot up towards the sky, bring the hands around to the right hamstring, and pull the leg in towards your chest. So right off the bat, this looks like it's a hamstring stretch, which of course it is, the back of our leg. But of course, everything is so interconnected. So the hamstrings anchor into the pelvis, the glute that wraps around the back of the pelvis anchors into the lower back. So many of these muscles get tight at the same time. And when our hamstrings and glutes are tight, we can sometimes experience lower back pain or kind of tightness or stiffness there. So we want to really lengthen the legs as well, both the backs and the fronts. Now let's bend the right knee. Grab a hold of the right knee or upper shin with the left hand, and let's pull the knee across to the left side. Let the hip lift off the floor. Right arm out to the side, and just breathe. Good, let's lift the knee up and lower the foot all the way down to the mat, and we'll switch sides. Bend the left knee, hug it in towards your chest. Warm it up, starting at the toes, the ankle, and make your way up to the hip. And then bring the hands to the right hamstring, straighten out the leg, pull it in, and breathe. Good, and let's bend the knee, bring the right hand to the left knee or upper shin, draw the left knee across the body, and look over your left shoulder. Let's release, and then hug both knees in towards the chest. Gently rock side to side, Massaging the back. Let's tuck the chin towards the chest and roll along the length of the spine. 3 or 4 times. And then sit up. And we're just going to cross our legs, roll our shoulders back and forward. Good. So let's interlace our fingers, reach the knuckles away from the body at shoulder height, round your back, and draw your chin towards your chest. Continue to reach through the knuckles, finding some space between the shoulder blades along the upper back. And release. Roll the shoulders back, stack them over your hips, lift your chin up, and then bring your hands behind the tailbone. Roll the shoulders back and towards one another. Reach the thumbs away from the lower back. Lift the chest and look upwards. Good. Let's release. Excellent. Roll the shoulders back. All right, so let's make our way to standing at the top of our mat. And we're coming into mountain pose. So again, since we're focusing on the muscles of the core, that's the abdominals and the lower back, as well as the postural muscles along the spine tonight, it would be important to talk about our posture. So ideally, if we were standing tall, we would have a straight line running from our ear to our shoulder down to our hip, and our hip down to our heel. So again, what often happens is we slouch forward, or so many of us are on computers all day, our chin starts to lean forward. So let's pull it in, roll the shoulders back, stack them over the hips, and take a couple nice deep breaths here. So really let the rib cage expand. Might even be able to get a deeper breath since we're standing tall. And let's move into our sun salutation. So let's inhale, exhale, palms together at the center of our chest. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. And exhale, curl the left toes, stepping back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead. And inhale, slide forward, press to the palms, lift the chest, look upwards. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back. And inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left foot forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up. Gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead, or chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward, press to the palms, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhale, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes. Exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release. Arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. Let's move into triangle. Take the right foot, step back about a stride, hips, shoulders, and chest towards the right edge of the mat. Arms extended at shoulder height. Inhale. Exhale, reach the left fingertips towards the top of your mat and then hinge sideways directly over the left leg. So reach the shoulders together. Find length through the right side of the torso, the left inner thigh, and breathe. Good, let's take one more inhale. As we exhale, press the soles of the feet, lift the arms and shoulders all the way up. Keep the left foot where it is. We're gonna walk the right foot back for extended side angle. So let's inhale and exhale. Bend the left knee now. You can bring the left forearm to the left thigh or left hand all the way down to the mat. Right arm is sweeping forward, bicep next to the ear. Tilt your chin up and look at the right palm. Let's inhale and exhale. Press into the left foot. Lift the arms and torso up. Let your arms float down to your sides. Roll the shoulders back and away from your ears. Let's rotate our left foot so both feet are parallel to one another. Bring the hands behind the back, and again, shoulders are back. Let's reach the thumbs away from the tailbone, just as we did in our warm-up. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, hinge forward at the hips. So let your hands fall away from the tailbone as if you're going to reach your pinkies down towards the mat overhead. Let the head and neck relax, look through the legs, and breathe deeply. So we're stretching out those muscles across the upper chest that get really tight and can sometimes tug our shoulders forward and towards the chest. So we want to lengthen them. Gently letting gravity just pull the hands down little by little. And now bring the thumbs to the tailbone, release the hands, and drop them down towards the floor. Use them for support. Continue to breathe deeply. And then walk your hands over towards the right leg, rotating the chest towards the thigh. Look towards the right knee. Walk the hands through center and over towards the left leg. Centering the chest over the left thigh. And let's walk our hands back to center before we lift back up. Center the left palm under the torso, press into the left hand and reach the right arm up, opening your chest towards the right side of your room, squeezing the shoulder blades together as you look towards the right. And let's release. Lower the right hand down, replace the left hand on the mat, And then lift the left arm up, open the chest towards the left side, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good, let's release. Chin to the chest. Let's round up, stacking the back. All the way up. Good, take a nice deep breath. Let's bring our feet together. And then we'll come back to the top of our mat and switch sides for triangle pose. So for mountain pose, check in on your posture, take a nice deep breath. And we'll switch sides. Left foot's going to step back now. Hips, shoulders, and chest towards the left edge of the mat. Arms extended. Inhaling. Exhaling. Right arm reaches forward. And then hinge directly over the right leg. Finding that length down the arms. Through the side. Left side of the body. The right inner thigh. Good, let's release, come on up. Keep the right foot where it is, walk the left foot back. Nice and wide, moving into extended side angle, inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee. You can bring the right forearm to right thigh or right hand all the way down to the mat. Sweep the left arm forward and up, tilt the chin and look at the left palm. Good, let's exhale, press into the right foot, straighten out that leg, come all the way up. Bring the arms to your sides and rotate the right foot, so feet are parallel again. Now we're going to stretch the inner thighs. So you may actually want to walk your feet a little bit closer together to give you a little bit more range of motion. So totally up to you, you can adjust at any time. Let's inhale. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. When we're halfway there, reach your fingertips down towards the floor. It's okay if they don't touch. Let's take another breath. And on our next exhale, bend the right knee and reach the tailbone back. So as we bend the right leg, we're going to feel the stretch intensify down the inside of the left leg. Keep breathing. Keep reaching the tailbone back. And let's exhale, hips back to center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the left leg this time. Reach the tailbone back. Feel that stretch down the inside of the right leg and breathe. Good, let's release, straighten out the left leg, come back through center and round up, stacking the back. Roll the shoulders back, stand tall. Good. Bring the feet together, shake out the legs, and let's stand at the back of our mat. Feet under the hips, toes forward, mountain pose. Hands to the center of the chest, coming into prayer position for chair. So let's inhale, exhale, bend the knees, reach back through the tailbone. Once you're as low as you can go, glance down, make sure you can see all your toes. Continue to reach back through the tailbone and then tuck it under slightly. Bring your ribs towards your hips. Draw the navel and that transverse abdominis in to support the back of the body. Good, and let's exhale, fold forward, fingertips down to the mat, lift the heels, sink the hips down to meet them. But today we're going to mix it up a little bit and we're going to walk our hands forward. So you may want to open the knees towards the outside edges of your mat And we're just going to fold forward, reaching your forehead down towards the floor. Good. Let's walk the hands back, lift the chest, draw the thighs together, and now maybe we can inch our fingertips off of the mat, roll the shoulders back, so you may need to shift the hips forward slightly. Try and stack the shoulders over the hips, balancing here. If you're wobbly tonight, bring your fingertips down towards the floor. Let's bring our hands down, gently lower the knees, sit back on your heels, stretch the balls of the feet. And now walk the hands forward, come onto our hands and knees. Let's do a couple cat-cows. Moving with our breath, exhale, really round the back. Draw your chin towards your chest. And inhale. Upwards. So exhale, arch. Inhale, round. Good. Let's come to a neutral spine. We'll add the arm and leg to continue to build strength through both the back and front of the body. So inhale, right arm, left leg out in front, and exhale, draw the knee and elbow together. So inhale, lengthen, and exhale, draw them together. On your next inhale, let's keep the arm and leg lifted. Keep lengthening and reaching upwards. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Keep the body nice and steady. Good. Let's lower hand and knee down to the mat. We'll switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee and elbow together. Tuck the chin. Good. On your next inhale, let's hold it. Breathe deeply. And lower the hand and knee down to the mat. Excellent. We're going to continue to move with our breath and strengthen the arms, shoulders, chest, back, and abdominals with some dolphins. So let's bring our forearms down to the mat. Cup our hands around the backs of our elbows to ensure that they're stacked under the shoulders. And then interlace our fingers out in front of us, pinkies down on the mat. Curl the toes, lift the knees off the floor, and we'll move with our breath. So inhale, lower the hips down into a forearm plank. Exhale, press through the forearms, lift the tailbone upwards, look back towards your toes. So move with your breath. If you'd like to make this more challenging, you walk your toes forward towards your elbows. If you'd like to make it a little bit easier, walk your feet towards the back of your mat. So keep drawing the navel in towards the spine. Press down equally through the hand and elbows. Let's do one more. And then lower our knees down to the mat. Sink your hips back to your heels. Child's pose, let your body relax. Let's lift the head, neck, and chest up. Bring your hips over your knees. And now take the back of the right hand, place it on the mat under your chest, and we're going to thread the needle. So reach the right fingertips all the way over to the left, lowering the right shoulder and right ear down towards the floor. You want to feel this stretch through the upper back. And now press into the left hand, straighten out the left arm, slide the right hand back, plant it on the floor under the right shoulder, and we'll switch sides. Back of the left hand to the floor, under the chest, slide the fingertips over to the right as you lower the left shoulder and ear down towards the mat. Keep reaching through the left fingers, rotating the torso to find that space between the shoulder blades. Good, let's release. Slide that left hand back, plant it on the mat under the left shoulder. And now we're gonna walk our hands out in front of us. So think about child's pose, but our hips are not on our heels. This is called puppy pose. So keep inching the fingertips forward, lowering the chest and the forehead down towards the floor. You should feel this under the arms, maybe in the upper back. If you can, ground the elbows down to the mat, walk them in towards your temples, and then lift the hands off the floor, bringing the palms together in a prayer position. So once we've got our hands connected, we're going to move the hands a couple times. You'll feel that kind of shift, the stretch in the upper back. So thumbs in towards the back of the neck, and then pinkies down towards the floor. So we really need to walk our elbows in nice and close to feel this stretch through the triceps and the upper back. Let's do one more. Good, and then flatten your palms to the mat. Walk them back, lift the head, neck, and chest up, and bring the hands under your shoulders. Good. All right, so from here we're going to move into our first plank, or I should say our first plank since we did our sun salutations. So let's walk our feet back, walk them at least your own foot length apart from one another. Press down through the palms, draw the abs in, be mindful of where your hips are, so we don't want them up towards the sky in a downward dog. We don't want them drooping down. You shouldn't feel any pressure in the lower back. So draw the navel in, work that transverse abdominis, and breathe deeply here. Excellent. Let's move this into a left side plank. Drop the heels down to the left side, press into the left palm, reach the right arm up. If you like, you can always lower the left forearm or shin down towards the ground for a modified version. If you're looking for more of a challenge, you can stack your right foot on top of the left, or you can float that foot up towards the sky. Let's take one more breath, then come down to plank with control. If you need to take a break at any point, go right ahead. Walk your feet apart if they've gotten close to one another again. And now we'll switch sides, heels down to the right, press into the right hand, lift the left arm up, squeeze the shoulder blades, lower the right knee or shin to the mat if you need more support, or play around with the variations on this side. So in side plank, we're really focusing on the obliques, but everything's really working. So the transverse, the obliques, the arms, shoulders, legs, glutes. Let's come back to our plank. Good, take one more nice deep breath. And exhale, bend your elbows with control. Come all the way down to the mat. Ooh, good job. We deserve a little break. So stack one hand on top of the other. Rest your cheek on top, make a little pillow. And then let the legs relax. Roll your heels away towards one another and breathe deeply. Okay, so let's draw the heels towards one another, connect the legs, but keep the tops of the feet planted on the ground. And then reach your arms straight out in front of your shoulders. So our thumbs are up towards the sky. Our forehead is coming down to the floor. Take a nice deep breath. On our next inhale, we're going to lift the head, neck, and chest and the thumbs up towards the sky. So we're going to feel this in the lower back. Our legs, again, are staying relaxed on the mat, but we're going to lift up as we inhale, hold it here, breathe deeply, keep lengthening through the hands, through the crown of the head. Take one more breath, and come down with control. Stack the hands, rest the opposite cheek on top, let the heels roll away from one another, and breathe. And let's try that again. Connect the heels, forehead to the mat, reach your arms straight out in front of you, thumbs up towards the sky. On your next inhale, lift the head, neck, chest, and thumbs all the way up. So keep the legs connected to the floor, feel the lower back muscles working. Keep breathing. Lift up a little bit higher if you can. And let's ease it back down. Excellent. Stack the hands. Rest your cheek on top, relax the legs, breathe deeply. Draw the heels together, slide the hands under the shoulders, fingers spread wide, elbows bent, tucked in next to the rib cage. You're going to move into Cobra, or Bujungasana pose. Now that we have the support of the hands, this one should feel a lot easier, but keep in mind we're lifting using the muscles of the lower back to start the posture. So let's inhale, face, neck, and chest off of the floor. Keep lifting the crown of the head up. When you can't lift any higher using the lower back, we press through the hands to come up just a little bit more. Triceps working here as well. Lift the eyes up and breathe. Excellent. Let's lower the chest back down, stack our hands, and relax. All right, let's slide our hands under the shoulders, elbows bent, tucked in next to the rib cage. We're going to lift up into plank. So you have two ways to do this. We can come directly up by curling our toes under and lifting the body, keeping in a straight line from our shoulders to our heels, or you can do a modified version and just come up with your knees on the mat, and then once your arms are straight, curl the toes and lift the knees up. Okay, so your choice. Let's move up as we exhale. So inhale, exhale, press through the palms, come up to plank. Good, draw those abs in, hold it there, breathing deeply. Lower the toes if you haven't already. Let's take one more breath. Exhale, hips up, downward dog. Excellent job. Root down through the heels. Find length through the backs of the legs, the calves, the Achilles. Our head and neck are relaxed. We're looking side to side a couple times, up and down. And we'll move into Pigeon Pose. So let's inhale our right heel high towards the sky, bend the knee, pull the knee in towards our chest, and lower it down between our hands. Relax the left leg back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the chest down towards the right thigh. Let your head and neck relax. Reach your arms straight out in front of you and walk your hands towards the right corner of your room. Feel that stretch through the left side of the torso. Come back through center. Walk your hands back, lifting the chest. Plant the right hand just outside the right knee. Let's bend the left leg, reaching back with the left hand for the foot or ankle. Gently pull the foot in towards the torso. Find that stretch through the left quad. And let's release. Bring the left hand forward, curl the left toes. Let's step back to downward dog. Take a moment here, shifting the weight from foot to foot. And let's switch sides, left heel up. Bend the knee, pull it in, lower it between the hands. Relax the hips and right leg back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. And breathe. And walk your hands straight out and then reach them over towards the left corner of the room, finding that stretch to the right side of the torso. Come back through center and walk your hands back. Let's plant the left hand just outside the left knee. Bend the right leg, reaching back, grabbing a hold of the foot or ankle. Draw it in towards the chest and breathe. Good, let's release that foot, sit down into the left hip. Swing the right leg around, bring the soles of the feet together. Let's sit up tall. Hands resting on the ankles. Inhale, exhale, lean the center of the chest down towards your feet. Keep the back flat. And lift the chest up, draw the inner thighs together. Now draw the abdominals in, remember all sides, draw it in, Lean back on the tailbone. Hands are facing the legs. Let's lift our toes up, coming into boat pose, Navasana. If you'd like an extra challenge, you can straighten out the legs. We're also challenging the hip flexors here. Let's breathe deeply. And toes down. Good. Keep the abs engaged. Roll back. Bring your arms down to your sides, hands next to your hips. Walk the hands just under the glutes. Straighten out the legs. We're going to do some double leg lifts. If at any point you'd like to switch to single alternating leg lifts, go right ahead. Let's move with our breath. Inhale both legs up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2, 3, and 4. Heels down on the floor. Release the hands. Take a couple nice deep breaths. And if you'd like to move into shoulder stand, now's the time. If you prefer to slide your mat towards a wall and do legs up the wall, go right ahead. Or if you'd just like to take a couple moments here and relax in Shavasana, go right ahead. So move at your own pace. If you're moving into shoulder stand or the legs up the wall variation, feel free to roll down at any time. Bring one leg overhead, reach your weight through the opposite leg. And gently switch directions. And ease the toes down to the mat overhead, coming into Plow Pose. And then lower the palms down to the mat, bend the knees in towards the face, and slide the knees down the front of the body as you lower the back and tailbone to the mat. Bring your arms along your sides, walk the heels in, reach the fingertips for the backs of the heels or ankles, tuck the shoulder blades under the chest. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press through the soles of the feet. Let's lift the hips up, coming into bridge pose, building strength through the hamstrings and glutes. Draw the knees together slightly so they're in line with the hips, challenging the inner thighs. Let's take one more breath. And then gently ease the back And the tailbone down to the mat. Good. Keep the left leg where it is. We're going to pick up the right foot, place it on top of the left thigh. Reach the right hand through the legs, left hand on the outside. Draw the legs towards your chest. And let's release. And switch sides. Right foot to the mat. Pick up the left leg, left ankle on top of the right knee. Left hand through the legs, right hand on the outside. Draw the legs in. And let's release. Now lower the legs down to the mat, heels about mat width apart. Relax your arms halfway between your hips and shoulders with the palms up towards the sky. Tuck the shoulder blades under the back of the body. And close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Let your whole body relax. Let your mind relax, letting go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. If the mind begins to wander, bring it back to the body and the breath. You could also place one hand on the abdomen, one hand on the chest, feeling the way the breath moves the body. Can be a good way to relax and can help you focus the mind. Bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet. And then mentally repeat after me. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. Gradually bring awareness back to your body. Gently reach your arms overhead. Taking a deep inhale and exhale fully. Begin to stretch the arms over to the side. And then over to the opposite side. Roll onto your right side, taking a couple deep breaths here. And then place your left hand in front of your chest and press back up to a seated position. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Great job today, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful evening and a couple days. I'll see some of you on Wednesday. The rest of you I'll see next week. Have a wonderful one. It looks like good weather, so get out and enjoy it. Good night.